you find in mindfulness-based practice a fabulous practice, and actually it's in the Mind Mastery course if you want to go there. But it's a fantastic practice, and it's called S.T.O.P, S-T-O-P. And it's used to help people when they are struggling with difficult thinking, difficult processing in some way, because it enables them to come back into the present moment. So STOP works like this. You actually, the S stands for stop, actually stop. Stop doing what you're doing right now. Yeah? And then the T stands for take some breaths. And we'll come back to this in a minute. Just take some breaths. And the O is observe. Observe what's happening. Observe what's real. Is that story in your head actually real? Is it what's happening? What's happening in your body? What's happening with your breath? What's actually real in this moment? And then proceed from there. Okay. Now, stop is incredibly useful, and many people find it beneficial, so it's good practice. But I'm going to add in a little bit. So unfortunately it changes the spelling to STORP, S-T-O-R-P, which doesn't work anywhere near as well. But never mind. Let's cover some terrain first on understanding where these mindfulness practices come from. So mindfulness is a word that was coined by John Kabat-Zinn, an American. And mindfulness does great stuff in the world. It helps lots of people. However, mindfulness comes from a practice called sati, and that itself comes from a Sanskrit practice called smriti. And sati and smriti actually mean remembrance. So mindfulness is in many ways an unhelpful term when the practice itself is remembrance. And then we ask the question, remembrance of what? Well, yes, remembrance of who you really are is the answer to that. Remembrance of who and what you really are. So the practices of mindfulness originally were ways, when you get into a state of crisis or distress, of remembering who and what you really are, and then continuing from that place of remembrance. Okay. So we're going to add in the letter R as well. So when you find, or one of your practitioners or participants finds they're in trouble in some way, they're feeling anxious, distressed, upset, emotionally in a way that they cannot manage life in any way, any difficult emotion, any complex thinking, anxiety, paranoia, concern, distress of any kind, stop. And the stop is really important because it's a pattern interrupt. If you've got patterns of thinking, patterns of internal processing, one of the key elements of that is a pattern interruption, where you just break the pattern like that. Stop it. It works with OCD. It works with just about anything. Stop it. Stop the pattern. As soon as you notice that difficult pattern happening, stop it straight away. And that's the first key thing. Second element is to take some breaths, and I recommend between 3 and 9 very slow, full breaths. So long, slow inhale, spreading the nostrils wide. You've done the magic breath on level 1, level 2. You know how to spread these nostrils. Get those nostrils opening with breath, not a mouth breath. It's got to be a nose breath. If you do mouth breathing, it lifts the upper chest and it creates a sympathetic nervous system response, a stress response. If somebody's already in trouble, don't mouth breathe. It's a problem. Yeah? You've got to get the breath down here through the nose. Long, slow inhale. Long, slow exhale. 3 to 9 breaths. And that gives you a really good pattern interruption. Stop. Take 3 to 9 breaths. And then you observe what's actually happening. What's happening in my brain? What's happening with my breath? What's happening with my body? What's happening in the world around me? What is true in this moment? And then you remember what you are. Remember who you are. Even if it's just a cognitive remembrance. If it's not fully embodied yet, that's fine. It acts in a good way still. You are awareness. Your awareness. You're not thought process. You are not the stories you're telling yourself. They are happening in the field of awareness. You're not the difficult emotional experience that's happening. You are the field of awareness in which that emotional experience is happening. You're not the pain in your leg, or wherever it happens to be, the discomfort. You are the awareness field in which that is happening. So that remembrance places you back into awareness. It calls you back into awareness along with the rest of the practice. And when you've landed in that, then take the next step. What do you choose? How do you proceed? So it's S.T.O.P. Stop. Take 3 to 9 full, deep, conscious breaths. Observe what's happening, what's real. Cognition, emotion, body, environment. Yeah. Remember who you really are. Remember what you are. Yeah. And then take a choice. Then proceed. So this is a key practice of pattern interruption that can be used for the benefit of many people who really struggle with this kind of psycho-emotional difficulty.